Before we get into this video that we're about to embark on, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these nifty metal-plated wallets, metal-plated minimalist wallets with a money clip on the back, rubber bands to sort of hold all of your cards in nicely and neatly. You pop them out, you fan them out like that to pull out a card. It's nice, it's compact, fits right in your front pocket. And if you want to get 10% off of your order of a new Ridge wallet, hit up the link down below. Use promo code FANTANO. Again, 10% off. Supports the channel, supports the segment, supports your boy forever. Let's get into the video. Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. And hey, we're gonna run through this article over here on GQ. I'm going to riff on it a little bit as I read through, and the reason I have chosen to read this article with you guys is pretty much displayed right at the start of the piece. My intentions here in reading through this come out pretty early, and I think you guys will have a bit of a giggle with me as I sort of plow through this short read, relatively short read. The man who destroyed Donald Trump's Hollywood star explains himself. So as you guys know, the star here, this particular star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it has been coming under fire. It's literally been getting destroyed. And this young individual who goes by the name of Austin Clay, this past July, he took it upon himself to not just vandalize the star, but really just beat the living daylights out of it with, I guess, a pickaxe or something. Like he's a friggin' 49er digging for gold in a cave. Don't know where he got a pickaxe at. They probably still sell them at Home Depot, but whatever. We're going to go through this little piece over here where he kind of explains himself. So the piece kicks off, and here's a here's a photo of Austin over here looking like a scruffy, curly-haired millennial individual. Here he says, I consider myself of the left. I'm definitely in opposition to the president. He's so blatantly and openly corrupt and such a slimeball. There's a line that you're crossing when you're separating children from their parents. That fueled a lot of the fire. I bought a pickaxe at the Home Depot in Glendale. Okay, Home Depot. I concealed it in a guitar case, which is kind of a creative way of concealing your pickaxe. I'm sort of wondering how big it was if it was to fit in a guitar case. I suppose you could fit a moderately sized pickaxe in a guitar case. And I went down to the star. I put on some headphones. I love how the only thing he describes really putting on is just the headphones. He didn't really put anything else on, but whatever. You know, I'd probably put on some protective gear or something. I was listening to Death Grips. This man was listening to Death Grips while destroying the Trump star, which, in my opinion, is pretty fucking Death Grips. I feel like, given the cover of The Powers That Be, I mean, that star could really be like, I don't know, that star could really be like a Death Grips album cover. I feel like the group would be kind of missing out on an opportunity if this did not at least land on like a piece of single art or something. And I sit here wondering, like, what music was this guy listening to? What song, what Death Grip song was he listening to? I know I personally, some of their intro tracks, I think, really probably would be the best ticket for something like this. You know, something like the intro to Government Plates, or Giving Bad People Good Ideas, or Breaking Mirrors with My Face in the United States. I think either of those, none of those songs are really long enough, I think, to get the entire job done. I don't know exactly how long pickaxing a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame takes, but I don't know if you can get it done in like 2 minutes, you know, in the 2-minute runtime that a track like Breaking Mirrors with My Face runs. He says, I wanted to obliterate the thing because I thought that it would be a statement. We're removing him from the ground. We're removing him from Hollywood. We're removing him from California. We're removing him from the United States. Very, very dramatic. When I was done, I turned myself in at the precinct in Beverly Hills, which is kind of interesting that he had to turn himself in. I don't know if, I mean, we're talking Hollywood Boulevard here. There's probably cameras around everywhere. I don't know if Austin really did anything to kind of conceal his identity or whatever, if people were really going to be like on the lookout for the guy, like really like searching high and low. I don't know if there was going to be a California-wide manhunt to find this dude for vandalizing the star, but I find it funny that there weren't any officials around to just be in the area like, hey, that guy's like just destroying one of the stars, and he literally just walked away scot-free and then had to turn himself in, but whatever. They put me in cuffs after he turned himself in Beverly Hills, and took me down to Hollywood. From Hollywood, they took me to LA. When they were frisking me, they found a little piece of rubble in my shirt pocket. The guy put it on the side. He's like, one rock, put it in the inventory list. But I wish they hadn't found that so I could have a little piece of star as a souvenir. My mom, who supports Trump, was just aghast, which is a funny family dynamic. It's triggering your mom there, destroying the Trump star. She told me I should have stayed in jail, but I got bailed out within 24 hours by somebody who would like to remain anonymous. Oh, that's quite nice. I did make it public that I spoke to Robert De Niro after my release. I don't know how he got my number. I mean, it might have been something to do with that anonymous bailout. You know, for all the risk involved, I would say a random and completely unforeseen phone call from Mr. Robert De Niro, the taxi driver himself, is way worth it. Way worth it. I'd say even a month in prison. Way worth it. Although that conviction will follow you around forever. So yeah, I mean, interesting little piece on this guy, fellow Death Grips fan, I guess. I find it interesting that again that this man loves Death Grips and listened to Death Grips while doing the act. Again, I sort of wonder what record he was listening to. I mean, I think. I wonder if he's been listening to Death Grips for a long time, because if he has, you know, he probably could have definitely gone ex-military, but if he's a newer listener, he probably would have listened to something a little bit louder and a little bit more hype, you know, like Jenny Death or Bottomless Pit, or maybe he's like every other filthy, disgusting millennial out there, and he only consumes his music via playlists. So he's just got a Death Grips shuffle playlist that he listens to on occasions such as these. Or, you know, maybe he went on Spotify, made himself a little playlist before he went out and destroyed the star, just so he had, you know, sort of like his perfect Death Grips Destroy the Death Star mega mix ready for when he went to town. I would have preferred, you know, a more solid album experience, though, with aesthetic consistency across my listening experience. This has been fun. This has been fun. Interesting reads on people who listen to Death Grips, on people who use Death Grips to give themselves physical power and the energy to, I guess, get the job done. And again, I think this is pretty friggin' Death Grips. I mean, to sort of vandalize, go against the grain, go against the establishment. I guess no matter who is sort of in the establishment at that moment, if you do feel like they're contributing to the status quo, yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty Death Grips. So shout out to GQ for reaching out to young Austin over here and getting the story, getting the full scoop, and bringing us this delicious little Death Grips factoid. I sort of wonder right now if the trio has happened upon this information. I most am positively 100% sure they have, and I wonder what any of them are thinking about this right now. They're probably having a laugh. If anything, Death Grips has shown, I think, over their past few records that they do have a little bit of a behind-the-scenes sense of humor that they let leak out in some of their lyrics or their visuals or their titles here and there. And I think this they would probably definitely have a good, hearty laugh at. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Anthony Fantano here. Thanks again for watching. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the subscription to blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I can't talk at the end of this video. I was talking pretty fine all the way up until the end of this video. Hit the button to subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Antoine Fantoine, forever.